So maybe we'll be wanting to stay under Chris Hard after a 3-2 win over Middlesbrough U21s. What are your thoughts on the game, Chris?
It was played at a good tempo. It was an enjoyable game, I think, from both points of view. But like you say, it was played with a good intensity. There was plenty of energy on shore, plenty of ability on shore as well, which was pleasing. But yeah, I think obviously from the point of view of getting the win was pleasing. It's a good feather in our cap, so to speak. And like you say, I think it was a worthy performance as well in terms of the victory.
So obviously third pre-season game now. How do you feel pre-season's been going so far?
Yeah, I mean pre-season's pre-season, and if you're doing well, then you take all the positives from it. If you're not doing so well, then maybe you talk about the fact that it's pre-season and we're trying to bed things in. And we certainly are trying to bed things in, but clearly we've been winning games, we've been scoring goals, so all the signs look quite good at the moment.
Well, obviously we're missing a couple of players today, Louis and Niall, and maybe someone else off the top of my head, but I can't exactly remember. But is it obviously the lads who are new in the group, who we may not know much about, who've played higher up, to get them to come down and just get them bedded in with these games? Is it good to have these games to do that?
Yeah, I mean, it's a process pre-season, and like you say, you can maybe read too much into it at times, you can read too little into it at times. But what we've got to try and do, and I've said this to the guys in the changing room there, is we've got to work towards a starting 11. We've got a good squad, we've got some good players in the changing room, and like you say, we just need to try and find the 11. And the next few games will allow us to do that. There's players that have put a marker down tonight. I thought there were some really good performances tonight. Rio, Gotti, Dane, Ryan, I thought were outstanding performers this evening. So, like you say, there's some positives there.
Obviously, you mentioned the individuals there. They're probably the key part of our squad off last season. Is it good to see that they're carrying on from what the levels they showed last year to go kick on into the new season?
Yeah, absolutely. The players that have stayed at the football club are good footballers. They'll back themselves in terms of competition for places, and I'd fully expect them to do that. But equally, the guys that we've brought in are good players, and I believe that we have recruited well in the summer. Obviously, time will tell, but we are looking to try and improve on what we did last season. And if we can do that, it puts us into, champion/runner-up positions, which hopefully will be, the objective for the season.
Obviously, you mentioned a couple of the players coming in. We've obviously still got a couple of trialists in. Is it good to get these games to maybe not see, we don't know much about this player, so we'll bring him in on trial to see what he's like? Is it good to have these games for that?
Again, it's the process, isn't it? And I think we made commitments to players early doors in pre-season. We have got a few trialists in at the moment, but the majority of our squad is boxed off. And as I keep making reference to, it's trying to get that squad to find its 11, and obviously form and consistency in the round performances will help us do that.
Obviously now, Mask on Saturday, probably definitely a different opponent, different level of opponent. 2 leagues high. It would be a good test for this side. Yeah.
I think what you've seen tonight was a young Middlesbrough side with lots of energy, lots of technical ability. Give them the opportunity to play and the will, and they'll hurt you on the back of it. But obviously on Saturday against Mask, it's a different type of calibre. It's a little bit more experienced, a little bit more physical, and one that will welcome the challenge, because clearly what we've played against this evening isn't what we'll come up against on a Saturday afternoon, in the Northern League, whereas the Mask outfit is more like it in terms of, like you say, the experience and physicality.
All right, cheers, Chris. Thank you.
Thank you.